Welcome to Kissimmee St. Cloud in Florida for the first round of the 2022 P1 AquaX season. Over 50 riders from 9 countries have made the journey to Central Florida for the start of a grueling series of races across the USA, then finishing in the Bahamas in November. Kissimmee is a charming old town located in Osceola County, Florida. It was founded before the Civil War and incorporated as a city in 1883. It retains its unique characteristics, and you'll find a beautiful setting full of antique stores and artsy boutiques. Kissimmee is conveniently located 25 minutes from Orlando International Airport, and it offers a perfectly balanced vacation experience surrounded with the world-famous theme parks and attractions, outdoor activities, and plenty of Florida sunshine. Kissimmee is the vacation home capital of the world. This is the first of 7 rounds, and the top 5 riders are invited to race in the grand finale in the Bahamas. There are 4 categories in the series: the Pro Enduro, the Amateur 300, Amateur 200, and a Junior category. The premier class is the Pro Enduro and has 29 riders. In 2022, we've got lots of new faces and, of course, the chiseled veterans. With this being the start of the road to the Bahamas, let's take a look at some of the main contenders. Erminino Iantosca took the 2021 US Championship, and the 41-year-old from Naples, Florida is going to be one of the favorites in 2022.
I'm very pleased, to pull out the victory, obviously, but also very pleased that with Dean Cherrier, my mechanic, and Dean's team, we didn't break one weekend at all, and that's something to be said for how grueling this kind of racing is. So super excited. We did a lot of testing in the off season. Yamaha came out with something a little different for 22. Obviously I want to defend. I'm here to win. I'm not here to go cruise around in the back. So I just want to be smart, keep our equipment together, get good starts, ride smart, get on the podium every weekend, and we'll see where we are at the end.
Tori Snyder, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, goes into the new season with a lot of confidence.
Last year, my rookie year, won Rookie of the Year. Super happy. We were aiming for top 3, and we got top 3, tied for second, and it sucks to look back on and know I lost by only 5 points when it came down to the end. I won the first round, and I won the last round. I won the most rounds, and I didn't get the job done, but hopefully this year we can stay more consistent and try to put our nose in for the front of the championship.
Eric Francis is another contender who will be hungry to get back to the top.
Last year was really bad. We didn't make one podium all year, so pretty mad about that because normally I'm a pretty predominant image on a podium, top 3 every round. So we're aiming to come back this year, especially this weekend, and get ourselves right back on that podium.
One rookie to watch out for this season is Devin Farthing, the son of longtime racer Dustin Farthing, and he'll be looking to make a big impact in his first season.
This is my first year racing this series, and I just got into it from my dad, and hopefully I can show everyone that I'm ready to race it. I've never beat him before, so it's definitely one of his biggest things to brag about, but the day I beat him, he'll hear about it.
The challenging circuit on St. Cloud Lake features 12 pins, and it'll prove to be a real test for all of the riders. Let's get into the first race in the Pro Enduro category. Can Iantosca keep that great run of form from 2021 going, or will one of the rookies get into the mix and shake things up in race 1? With a great crowd on the shores of the lake, the riders get 3 practice laps before lining up for the running start. From the running start, it's Eric Lagopoulos who's leading early, with Brian Baldwin on the 502 boat close behind him. Tori Snyder, last year's Rookie of the Year, is closing in on the inside with Dustin Farthing just behind. Rounding the hole shot, Baldwin cuts to the inside, but Lagopoulos maintains the lead. Lagopoulos is first to turn 3, but Baldwin has missed that turn, skipping it entirely and now takes the lead. Baldwin will have to take a penalty lap for missing that turn and will likely be under investigation after the race. Further down the field, there's a real battle for 7th between Eric Francis on the 911 Yamaha, with Landis on the 201 boat chasing hard on the outside. Down the field in 17th is the rookie Devin Farthing. He's got some chop to deal with, but he'll be looking to make a run through the field if he can. Baldwin still has the lead on the 3rd lap, even after having to complete 2 penalty laps. Lagopoulos, Baldwin's teammate, is still in 2nd. Dustin Farthing is holding on to 3rd place right now, with Tori Snyder in 4th and Ian Tosca in 5th. Devin Farthing on the number 6 boat puts together a strong second half of the race with a great drive to move from 17th all the way to 11th. As we work towards the end of the first race in the Pro Enduro category, and race 1 goes the way of Brian Baldwin on the number 502 Sea-Doo. Lagopoulos comes through in 2nd place, with 3rd in race 1 going to Dustin Farthing.
It took me, at the end it was better, I needed some time to learn.
Yeah, you know, we came out, almost had the whole shot, came out 2nd, passed for the lead on the 3rd marker, and you know, just set sail. That Reba Sea-Doo is, man, it's a handful. I wish I could ride it to its full potential, because I would, I'd have lapped the whole field, but you know, it was good. It was really good. Pumped.
With 2 heats still to come here in Kissimmee, it's still all to play for. Let's take a look at the Amateur 300 and Amateur 200 categories. The 200 horsepower class is for naturally aspirated 4-stroke engines up to 200 horsepower as furnished by the manufacturer. The 300 horsepower class for turbo and supercharged 4-strokes over 250 horsepower as furnished by the manufacturer. Here's a look at the riders taking part. In the first heat, Valentina Lezcano on the 176 boat was first across the line, only to be disqualified after the race. So P1 went to the number 91 boat of Joe Johnson, with Chiaz in 2nd and Sally in 3rd. Now it's time for the boats to head back out onto the lake for the 2nd race. We ride on board with the pole sitter, the number 91 boat of Johnson, the winner of race 1. The starting grid is based on the results from that first race. Johnson is first to the whole shot and he leads early on. Eric Diaz on the 123 boat, who was disqualified in race 1, is currently in 2nd place, and Enrique Chia is running in 3rd. Sarzinski is in 4th, Williams in 5th, Frankie Mojica in 6th, and Pedro Jimenez in 7th. We're back on board with the 91 boat and leader Johnson as he's fighting to get round some of the back markers. Enrique Chia is currently in 3rd place on the 34 boat, but here we've got some problems for the 915 boat of Sally as he appears to break down. Chia was 4th in the first race and is still running in 3rd in race 2, a great birthday present for the Peruvian who celebrates his 59th birthday today. In the 200 class, it's Sam Nimi on the number 13 boat who's leading the race. He was also the winner of race 1. At the end of race 2, the win does go to Johnson, with Eric Diaz in 2nd and Enrique Chia in 3rd. 4th goes to Sarzinski and 5th to Williams.
Basically, we got him around turn 1, and basically I never looked back for the next 30 minutes. So we ended up leading that deal wire to wire, ended up taking the W. So we took the W in moto number 1. We also took the W in moto number 2. So we got one more to go tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can't take home the W overall.
The 200 class goes to Sam Nimi on the 13 boat. He's now won both of the races in the 200 class. Going into the final day, Johnson is 13 points clear of Chia in 2nd in the overall, so just needs to finish high up to take the overall victory. An unhappy Valentina Lezcano with 0 points so far this weekend has one last chance to turn it around. We're back out on the water for the final race, and it's Johnson on pole again on the number 91 boat. But after the rolling start, it's Muad Sali on the 915 boat who storms ahead and beats Johnson to the whole shot. Johnson has to fend off Diaz, fighting to hold on to 2nd. It's Johnson who wins that battle, and he's now running in 2nd place on his own. Sali, who had problems in race 2, which ruined his chance of an overall podium, still leads, but Johnson is keeping pace with him in 2nd place. Eric Diaz in 3rd, trying to push for a good result here in race 3. Chia, who's been on the podium in both of the races so far, is currently running in 9th place. Lescano on the 176 boat is in 8th, but makes a great pass on Mojica on the 303. But we've got big problems here for the race leader, Joe Johnson. He's broken down. After winning races 1 and 2 and seemingly having the overall in his grasp, this breakdown could cost him the overall win. Lescano is just one of the riders to take advantage of the situation as she continues to cruise through the field. After Diaz breaks down and is out, Lescano is now fighting Sarzinski for 3rd. She's on the warpath and passes 466 on the inside and takes 3rd after being down in 8th. At the checkered flag though, it's the 915 boat of Muad Sali who comes through to take the win in race 3.
Today showed you what am I capable of, you know. If the ski is good, you see the result right there. I finished 1st.
Bad luck for Johnson, who loses the overall win by 1 point.
Good, I was battling. No one would let me line up on the line, so I had to fight the whole race, but it was worth it.
In the 200 class, it's Sam Nimi who takes his 3rd win to make it a clean sweep here in Kissimmee St. Cloud. So the overall results, and by 1 point it goes to Enrique Chia. Johnson is pushed down to 2nd place after his breakdown, and Sarzinski finishes the weekend with 3rd in the overall.
Yeah, so happy. This is my best birthday present. Oh, for sure, Sarasota, I love it. That's my place. Like this, I'm going to try to win in Sarasota, for sure.
Day 2 gets underway with Pro Race 2. With race 1 in the books and the cobwebs blown away here in the season opener, the action is only going to heat up from here. Race 2 gets underway with a long drag to the hole shot. Eric Francis is the early leader on the 911 boat with Tori Snyder right behind him. Iron Tosca is zipping up on the inside and they are side by side going into the hole shot. It's Francis with the speed going into the hole shot and nudges into the lead. With some clear water ahead, Francis tries to build on his lead. Iron Tosca is in P2 with Snyder in 3rd, James Wilson in 4th and Dustin Farthing in 5th. Eric Francis is on a mission here in race 2 and is already building his lead and stretching away from the chasing pack. Further down the field, there is a big battle for 6th place being fought by 3 boats, including Christopher Landis and Brian Baldwin, the winner of race 1. Iron Tosca is holding on to 2nd place, and a result that will keep the championship in sight. James Wilson is still in 4th on the number 300 boat after a great start, and a podium could be in reach for the 33-year-old. Dustin Farthing is still in 5th place and closing in on the tail of Wilson's boat, but can't find a way past to grab 4th place. Christian Daly on the 105 Yamaha boat is running in 6th place after a DNS in race 1. Problems for Iron Tosca on the number 1 boat, and he slips back to 7th place. That means Wilson is now up to 3rd. After getting the whole shot and powering away from the field, Eric the Eagle Francis is back and takes the win in race 2. Tori Snyder in 2nd place. James Wilson rounds off the podium in 3rd. Dustin Farthing takes 4th and Christian Daly finishes in 5th. With 1 race to go here, Eric Francis is now in prime position to walk away with the overall here in Kissimmee St. Cloud.
I'm happy that the whole DMAC racing team was able to put it on the podium, and Francis rode his butt off, BJ, and just show the factory boys that small town privacy team can compete with any of the rigs and anybody. We just all about pride and work.
It's time for the 3rd and final race where the overall will be decided.
We're sitting 1st in points. We have a 1 point lead over Baldwin. I think a 3 point lead over Torrey. So if we can get a top 4 finish, that'll get us on the podium. A win would get us locked in for the lead.
Victory comes to the ones that want it the most. Turn the stereo on.
Out of the rolling start, it's Eric Francis with an ideal start, and he's already in the lead. Iron Tosca is in 2nd with Dustin Farthing and Tori Snyder just behind. There's a tight battle for 2nd at the hole shot. It's Ian Tosca who manages to lock in second after the hole shot. Tori Snyder is holding on to third, James Wilson in fourth after coming third in race 2, and Dustin Farthing in fifth. Tori Snyder on the 110 Yamaha boat is in third, and a big gap has formed between the top 3 and the rest of the pack. James Wilson on the 300 boat is in front here, chased closely by the 79 boat of Dustin Farthing and the 502 boat of Baldwin. Baldwin is now where he needs to be to get on the overall podium. Out in front, it's still Eric Francis on the 911 Yamaha. He's light years ahead of the rest of the field and looking good. Favolini now has Daly in his sights and manages to make the pass later in the race. Eric Francis has proved untouchable today, and the top 5 positions in race 3 don't change. So Francis takes first, and with it the overall here in Kissimmee St. Cloud. Second goes to Ian Tosca, third to Tori Snyder, fourth to James Wilson, and fifth to Favolini in France here in race number 3.
I finally woke up. It took me 3 races, but I woke up.
Hey.
Let's take a look at the overall results. In first place, after wins in race 2 and 3, it's Eric Francis. The Eagle is back. Second in the overall went to the 19-year-old and 2021 Rookie of the Year, Tori Snyder. Rounding off the podium in third was Brian Baldwin.
I feel really good. You know, coming off last season, we had a bad year. Took it a lot more serious in the off season, focused on, riding and making sure the skis were right. We've got a new team. The team is working really, really hard, and the results are already showing.
Thanks for joining us here in Kissimmee St. Cloud for P1 AquaX. We'll see you for the next race in Sarasota.